This is the last installment in the low impedance loop series. Got a few minutes today, so I put together a 5-footer, 5 feet on each side, got it outside away from all the noise, and if you're interested in seeing how well it performs, stick around. W1VLF. Hey everybody, my name is Paul, W1VLF, and welcome back to the lab. It's 4:30 in the afternoon here now. If you can hear in the background, ML, which is an NDB about 450 miles away from here. So it's not even dark yet, and the new antenna is outside is performing pretty well. Anyway, today's is going to be the last video in the low impedance loop series, and I had some extra time today, so I went out into the woods, grabbed a hold of my universal loop frame out there, shortened it up to make a 5-foot low impedance loop using the 6-inch wide aluminum flashing. So got a little bit of me taking it down and building it and whatnot, and did some noontime, I wouldn't call it DXing because those signals are pretty solid all the time, but we did a couple of things. We made the loop bigger. It's outside, away from a lot of the internal noise sources, and performs a ton better. So anyway, this is going to be the last one in this series. If you have any questions or anything, you can leave them in the comments below, and I'm going to jump out of here and go into the build part of it. And it's not a what do you want to say? Complete build thing. It's just kind of, and I'll probably speed a lot of it up because most people probably find it boring. But it's gives you an idea of what it would take to make one of these. Now, again, I threw this together in a couple hours, and so it's not really designed to be in any kind of weather or elements, and I'm sure it would just blow apart if we had a good wind. But I had some time, wanted to see how it would work out, and I think you guys will be kind of surprised. No tuning, one-stop shopping. No tuning, no screwing around, no nothing. Just plug it in to the HF Discovery on the workbench over there. And I'll take a listen. ML. That's, again, 425 odd miles away. Anyway, enough jibber-jabbering. I'll stand by here and we'll get into the... I'm going to go string all this crap together and make one final video. Here's what we're after. The old multi-turn loop, that's like, I don't know, what, 12-foot spreaders, so pretty big. Anyway, gonna tear this down now. I did a quick test in the garage, excuse me, in the house with the loop. It seems to be working okay. I'm gonna go get it, bring it outside, and we're gonna mount it maybe 50 feet away from the house and see what happens. About 5.5 feet on a side. A little rough to handle. Anyway, we're going to hook it up to a piece of coax now and see what happens. Okay, we're here. Right now, I'm just going to stand it up on the snow, pointing east, hook the coax to it, and we'll run inside real quick and see what we can see. Right on top of the snow. Let's see. That's about east. Once I see that. Gonna put it on a couple of pieces of 8x8 and keep it off the ground a little. Maybe these are 6x6. Okay, that's it. It's pointed to the northwest. Okay, I think I'm going to take a break, then we'll go inside and see what's up. That look familiar? It's the same piece from the inside loop. W1VLF signing off from outside. Hey guys. Okay, we're outside here. Thought I'd do like quick walk around of the loop. Just quick recap. This is that piece of crossed aluminum welded up. I use it for all sorts of different antennas. Single hose clamp holding this thing together right now on each one of the 4 legs. These poles are the military surplus. I don't know if they're 3 foot or 4 foot, whatever the distance is, they're probably more than 3 foot. And up here, I just shoved into the end of it a PVC T. Man's second best friend, PVC. And then I screwed it. Let's see if we can see that. I don't know what we're seeing here. Well, it's screwed in there anyway. And then down here, we're using the very same coupler setup as we had inside
on the other loop. In fact, I took it off. This is indeed that coupling loop. I did not optimize the amount of turns or anything like that, but I did do the same thing where I folded the material in and then folded it over so I could get a good bite with this piece of copper tubing here. It's on top of, I think these are 6x6s or 8x8s, I forget what, but to keep it off of the snow. Not that I think it's all that bad having it on the snow, but I just thought I'd keep it off of there. And what we're going to do is, it's about 1:40 right now. We're going to go inside and we're going to do some poking around in the long wave band and you know, the VLF stuff, because right now, well, and the other thing, let me tell you real quick, it's 1:40, right? So right now this is pointing to the west, so we're going to see those stations that are out in Seattle. We'll see WWVB, and we're going to also see the station in Lemoore, and you can also see the one down in where the hell is that? Puerto Rico. But again, this is northwest, so I'm going to have to change it for later, for if we want to see the other stations that are from the northeast, like Cutler, Maine. Of course, Cutler, Maine is way out of the noise right now because this thing is so quiet. If you could see that little bucket over there, the little compost thing, that's where my front neighbor's fence is. So we're only 50 feet, maybe 60 feet away from it. And we're only about 75 feet away from the house. So this is not my normal quiet area, which is down in the woods there. Let me zoom in on that box. That's my normal quiet zone, but I didn't have a chance to get out there, and that's where you saw me take this loop down from. It was an old remnant that I decided to use over again. So what else needs to be said here? I don't think anything at all. You know, PVC pipe. Let's go inside and see how it performs at 1 o'clock in there, almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's no propagation on 60 kilohertz, no enhanced propagation. It's purely just ground wave at this point, and I think you're going to really be surprised at just how strong it is. And then what I'll do is I'll come back out, I'll orientate this thing to the northeast, and we'll leave it there and play around with that tonight, because that's where a lot of the NDBs come in. We'll see if we can make another recording tonight. Anyway, here we go, into the house and see what happens. Okay, everybody, we're back here at the test bench in the lab on the HF Discovery, and here is 60 kilohertz daytime. Let's make this right. 60 kilohertz. I'll turn it on for a second here. Okay, so that's where it is in Colorado. It's a lot of miles away, 1,500 miles away maybe. So let's just fire up the under the view tab here, signal history, so we can take a look at this over here. Bring this back in. Of course, there's my neighbor's fence. Like I showed you outside before, we're only 50 feet away from it. So normally I'd be about 300 feet away and the signal would be way down. But the reality is he turns it off at night for me on a timer. Pat's a really good guy, so that means most of the time I'm able to, you know, really look for a lot of weak signals. But normally it's not this high. It's not minus. It's not S9 plus 10 over, or whatever that is. What did we do? We went to S units. Yeah, it's not S9 plus 10 over. It's usually significantly weaker than that, even during the daytime. So, but the fact that where I placed my antenna was determined by the coax, determined that I didn't have a coax going out 300 feet in the woods, so we got to live with it. So let's go back to the memories, and we'll grab a hold of 60 kilohertz here, and then we're going to zoom in. Okay, and we're going to go back to dBm so that we can actually see an actual level here, right? So we'll narrow that up. This is all the tail end of that fence, dog fence next door. So let's move over here, which still has quite a bit of interference. There would be about a 10 dB decrease in the interference, but let's just go over there and take a look at where we are with the noise floor. Okay, aside from lightning crashes and stuff, we're down around, I don't know, 112 or so. When it gets down there, 112, 113 dBm, something like that. And so let's go back and look at WWV. And WWV is minus 86. So that's 14 plus another 20. It's about 35, almost 40 dB out of the noise during the day. And like I say, when this fence is off and the signal comes up a little bit, it'll be a lot better than that. Let's see. Let's go down to start off at 24 kilohertz. Okay, so you can see 24 kilohertz is screaming strong. And I'm not pointed at it right now either. I'm pointed west. So I just brought that up so you can hear it. Take it down a little bit. So let's take a look at what the noise level there is. Minus 115 outside of the static crashes. And this is Cutler, Maine up here. And that's up 35 plus 15 more, so that's 50 dB out of the noise. This is the one in Seattle. Seattle is, let's call it minus 115. And the Seattle station, VLF, on 24.8, that should be. That's 90 minus 91 from, so that's a 9. That's about 25 dB out of the noise or so. And the one in Lemoore here in Lemoore, North Dakota, South Dakota, is minus 80 plus, so that's 20 plus. That's about, I don't know, 15 plus. Well, let's go back and see what that was. Minus 15, roughly, without the lightning crashes. And this is no, I mean, the preamplifier is on, but with the antenna out away from the house, you could afford to put that on. And this is a single turn, right? One turn of 6-inch flashing. So we're like at 105, 110 when it gets 111. So let's say minus 110. So you get 10 dB from there, and then we are at minus 90. So it's about 30 dB out of the noise for the one in Seattle, and about another almost 40 dB out of the noise for the one in Lemoore, North Dakota. So let's go up to our memory bank again. And now we're going to grab, let's see, what are we going to grab? 40.75, which is the one that's in Puerto Rico. Now, granted, I'm broadside to this one now, so I'm going to go move the loop in a little while, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, so you could see the fence over here. That's a real problem. But you can see that the noise floor, if I was to squeeze this up, maybe I could get in between a couple of those. Let me see if I can do that. Center that back up again. Maybe I can get in between. Is that fair? Okay, minus 115. Minus 86. So pretty strong, even to the one in Puerto Rico, which I'm not pointed at this moment. I think what I'm going to go outside and do is I'm going to point towards this. So you can see how much stronger this is. When I do look at the sunrise effect and the sunset effect, the one in Cutler, Maine is not very dramatic, so I don't use that. I use this one down in Puerto Rico, and the sunrise and sunset effects are very dramatic here. I don't know how far away that is. Maybe 1,000 miles or 1,500 miles. So I'm going to pause right here, and then I'm going to come back with the antenna pointed in the other direction. So let's kind of remember this minus 80, 85. And I will be back. Okay, real quick here. Looking down here, you can see, oh, I don't know, minus 115 to 120 in between all that garbage coming from the fence. And let's go right to here. So now we're at minus 80 to minus 120, or about 40 dB out of the noise. So this works really well, this loop. I'm going to go outside and make the final change, which is going to be northeast, southwest. And that will allow us to look at the NAA up in Cutler and see what that signal really looks like. And also, I'll come back here later this evening, and we'll see what if there's any NDBs. Most of the NDBs that I see here are from Canada. So I'll leave this to the northeast and the southwest, and we'll see if we can capture any NDBs. Let me go back real quick to 60. Yeah, see, 60 is down at minus 90 instead of minus 85 because I'm not actually perpendicular to it. Still, good usable signal. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so back once again. Now you can see I left this running. Here was the old signal. Here's me tipping. I knocked the loop over on its side. And then here now we're pointed to the northeast. So let's do a, let's see, let me speed this up a little bit. I left this on slow so that I could get out there and back in the amount of time it took me. So we're going to go back to, I think it's on slow. So 109, 110, 112, let's just call it 110. Okay, and we'll go to the peak signal here. 59. So 110, so that's 10 plus 40 is 50 plus dB out of the noise. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to sign off for now. Actually, I'm going to try one more thing here real quick. 198. This is DIW NDB. Oh, there we go. Can't tell if that's DIW or not. I don't know what that is, but there's used to be a pretty powerful one in Dixon, North Carolina. Let me just pause for a quick second here and get my sheet of paper. I wanted to tell you what how far away each one of those stations was. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, when you go this station here, the Puerto Rico station, that's 1,700 and rough miles away. The Cutler, Maine is 500 miles away. This one in Seattle is 2,500 miles away, and it's much stronger than that when we point at it. And the Lemoore, North Dakota one is 1,300 miles away. All right, so I'm going to leave the antenna like this, and the next time you hear my voice, it will be dark outside. 73 for now, W1 VLF.